So in question number 1, I will read out the question. Determine for which of the following pairs of the triangles the side conditions can be used to show congruence based on the given information. For these pairs, prove that the two triangles are congruent and write down the remaining pairs of corresponding elements which are equal to each other. Okay, so we will take ABC triangle and PQR triangle. So we will take AB that is equal to what? AB is 8 centimeters. So PR that is also 8 centimeters. 8 centimeters, right? Then we will take BC. BC is equal to PQ, which is 7 centimeters. Then we have AC. AC that is equal to QR, which is 5 centimeters. හරි එතකොට මේ හැම එකක් ඉස්සලාම given කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ. අය ඒවා දීලා තියෙන දේවල්නේ. right. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ දේවල් ටික හන්දා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් මොනවද? ABC triangle is congruent to PQR triangle. What's the condition? Side. Right. So after that they are asking to write down the corresponding elements. Right. So in the condition regarding congruency, right? Side. ඒ කියන්නේ මොනවද? පාද තුනක්. Then what will be the corresponding elements? 3 angles. හරි? කෝණ තුනක් තමයි corresponding elements ටික වෙන්නේ. So what are the elements? Right. Let's take the AB side of ABC triangle. If we take the AB side, what is the opposite angle? C. මේ බලන්න මේ. ඔන්න AB. Opposite angle is what? C. So PQR triangle, we know AB is equal to PR. So in ABC triangle we took what? What is the opposite angle to AB side? එහෙනම් PQR ගේ what is the opposite angle of PR side? Q. Right. Then we will take BC. Okay. So what is the opposite angle of BC? A. And we know if we take the PQR triangle and if we take the PQ side, PQ and BC are equal in length. එහෙනම් අපි මෙයාගේ opposite angle එක තමයි බලන්න තියෙන්නේ. R. Right? What is the opposite angle of AC? B. So we know AC that is equal to QR. What is the opposite angle of QR? P. So these are the corresponding elements. Right. Okay, so this is the second diagram that has been given to us. So we have two triangles, ABC and PQR. Right, so we will consider ABC triangle and PQR triangle. So as you can see, AB is equal to QR. So this is given. Then BC is equal to what? BC is equal to PR. So that is also given. Then, right, so then we have AC, which is equal to what? PQ. So this is also given. So we have 3 reasons. So safely we can say ABC triangle is congruent to PQR triangle. What's the reason? Side. Right, so now we will write the corresponding elements. So AB is equal to QR, and also if we think about the opposite angle to AB, what is that? Angle C. AB is equal to QR. What is opposite angle to QR? Angle P. So these two are equal. Right. So BC is equal to PR. What is the opposite angle to BC? Angle A. PR. What is the opposite angle to PR? Angle Q. So these two are equal. AC, what is opposite angle? Angle B. AC is equal to PQ. What is opposite angle to PQ? Angle R. Right? So these are the corresponding elements. Right? So easily we can say what? XZ is equal to LM. YZ is equal to LN. But what about the other side? We need 3 sides. මෙයා ගැන මොකක්ද කියන්න පුළුවන්? We can't say anything. එතන සමානයි කියලා දීලා නැහැනේ. ඒතර මොකක්ද කියන්න පුළුවන්? XY is a triangle is not congruent to LMN triangle. Okay, so this is the fourth diagram that we have. So these are the two triangles that we need to consider. Right, so we will consider PRQ triangle and SRT triangle, right? So PQ is equal to what? ST. So this is given. And PR is equal to RT. That is also given. Then QR is equal to RS, and that is also given. So we have three reasons. So we can say PRQ triangle is congruent to SRT triangle. S, side, side, side. So it will be the reason. Okay, so now we will write down the corresponding elements. So PQ is equal to ST. What is the opposite angle to PQ? PRQ. So ST, what is the opposite angle to ST? SRT. So these two are equal. Then PR. PR is equal to RT. What is the opposite angle to PR? Angle Q. What is the opposite angle to RT? Angle S. So these two are equal. Then QR is equal to RS. What is the opposite angle to QR? Angle P. So what is the opposite angle to RS? Angle T. So these two are equal. So these are the three corresponding elements. Right, question number 1, part 5. So this is the diagram that has been given to us, right? So we will consider ABC triangle and CDE triangle. Honey. AB, right? AB, that is equal to ED. That is given. Right? Then BC, that is equal to what? CE, that is also given. මේ සයිඩ් එක ගැන මොකද කියන්නේ? AC and CD. We can't say anything. එයාලගේ දිග ගැන මොකුත් දීලා නැහැ. ඒතර මොකද අපි කියන්න පුළුවන්? ABC triangle is not congruent to CDE triangle. So let's take PQR triangle and PRS triangle. Okay. So PQ, that is equal to PS, and that is 5 centimeters. So this is given now. Then we have QR, that is equal to RS, which is 3 centimeters, and that is also given to us. Then PR, what is that? Common side, no? Whether PR equals PR කිව්වත් common නැහැ. PR within brackets common side කියලා ලිව්වත් හරියයි. ඔන්න අපිට sides තුනක් තියෙනවා. So we can easily say PQR triangle is congruent to PRS triangle. What's the condition? Side, side, side. So the corresponding elements are what? 3 angles, right? Okay, if we take the PQ side, what's the opposite angle to PQ? That is PRQ. So PRQ is equal to what? We know PQ, that is equal to PR. So what's the opposite angle to PS? PRS angle. Right. Then if we take the side QR, what's the opposite angle to that? It's not P, it is QPR. So QPR. And we know QR, that is equal to RS. What's the opposite angle to RS? RPS. Right. Then if we take the side PR and if we consider PQR triangle, what's the opposite angle to PR? මෙයා කවුරු දිහාද බලන් ඉන්නේ? Angle Q. And similarly, let's take the PR side considering the PRS triangle. එතකොට මෙයා කවුරු දිහාද බලන් ඉන්නේ? Angle S දිහා. So these are the corresponding elements. Right? So we write down ADC and ABC triangle. CD that is equal to AB, that is given now. AD that is equal to BC, and that is also given. Then we have AC, which is a common side. AC equal to AC, common side. Right? So we can say ADC triangle is congruent to ABC triangle. What's the condition? Side, side, side. Right. So what are the corresponding elements? The side CD. What's the opposite angle to CD? මෙයා ඉන්නේ කවුරු දිහා බලන්නේ? මෙන්න මෙයා දිහා බලන්නේ. A නෙමෙයි. හරි? මෙන්න මේ angle එක. So what is that angle? CAD angle. CAD angle that is equal to what? CD and AB are equal in length. What's the opposite angle to AB side? Mainly. Anya. So what's the correct name for that? ACD. What's the opposite angle to AD? AD කවුරු දිහාද බලන් ඉන්නේ? මෙන්න මෙයා දිහා. Right? මොකක්ද angle එක? ACD. ACD. AD. අපි AD කියන side එකනේ ගත්තේ. AD that is equal to BC. So what's the opposite angle of BC? BC කවුරු දිහාද බලන් ඉන්නේ? මෙයා දිහා. Mean. So how do we name this angle? BAC. BAC. Right. Then we have the side AC. Right? And if we consider the triangle ADC, what's the opposite angle to AC? This angle. Now, here we can easily name this angle as angle D. Right? There is only one angle D, no? Right? So, similarly, if we consider the ABC triangle and we consider the AC side, what is opposite to that? Angle B. So, these are the corresponding elements. Right? So, we will write down ABD triangle and CBD triangle. So, we can say AB that is equal to CD, right? Then we have AD that is equal to, here AB that is equal to BC, yeah? Then AD that is equal to CD. Then we have BD equals BD, which is a common side, right? So AB equals BC, this is given. This is also given. Diagram. So we can easily say ABD triangle is congruent to CBD triangle. Okay. What's the condition? Side, side, side. Right. So now we will write down the corresponding elements. Just as before, we have three angles, no? Right. Let's take the AB side. What's the opposite angle to AB? This is the angle. So take a D right? So ADB that is equal to what? ADB. We know AB that is equal to CB. So මෙයාට opposite වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද මෙයා? කොහොමද අපි කියන්නේ එතකොට BDC. BDC, right? Then we have AD. We will take AD. So what's the opposite angle to AD? මේ තියෙන්නේ. කොහොමද අපි කියන්නේ? ABD. ABD. ඒ වගේම මේ side එක ගත්තොත් what's the opposite angle? Sorry, opposite angle, yes. CBD. CBD. Then අපි ගමු BC side එක. And we will consider ABD triangle. So what's the opposite angle to side BD considered in the ABD triangle? Angle A. Right? So here we can just simply write angle A as this. Why? We have only one angle A. Now we will consider the triangle BDC. එතකොට මෙයා ගැන හිතනකොට මොකද්ද? කවුද opposite වෙන්නේ මෙයා? Right? Angle C. So these are the corresponding elements. Question number 1, part 9. So this is the triangle that have been given to us. Right? So we can see AB side is equal to QR side. AC side is equal to PQ side. එතකොට තව දිගක් ගන්න අපිට මොනවද information දීලා නැහැ. මොනවද දීලා නැත්තේ? BC. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ if we take the triangle ABC මෙන්න මේ BC length එකයි and if we take the triangle PQR මෙන්න මේ PR length එකයි ගැන කිසිම දෙයක් දීලා නැහැ. ඒක අද මොකද කියන්න පුළුවන්? ABC triangle is not congruent to PQR triangle. Right. Exercise 5.3, question number 2. Okay. So I will read out the question. Draw a sketch of the following triangles based on the information that is given. Select the triangles within brackets if there are any which are congruent according to the side case and write down the remaining pairs of corresponding elements which are equal to each other. Right. So first of all we have to select from the given triangle. So I have already drawn the triangles. Triangles. So we can say PQR triangle. If we take the PQR triangle, right? PQR triangle and LMN triangle. Right? PQR triangle and LMN triangle. Right? That these two are what? They have similar sides, no? Right. And if we take XYZ triangle and DEF triangle, we can say that when we compare these two triangles that there are similar sides. ඒ දෙන්නගේ පැති සමානයි. මේ දෙන්න ගත්තොත් මේ දෙන්නක නම් එහෙම නැහැ. In order to complete this question, right? Separately we will take PQR triangle and LMN triangle. Then we will take XYZ triangle and DEF triangle and we will prove that those triangles are congruent, and after that we will write down the corresponding elements. Right. So I will erase this part. First of all we will take PQR triangle and LMN triangle. So PQ that is equal to MN equals 4 centimeters. Then we have PR. PR that is 5 centimeters. So that is equal to what? LM, which is 5 centimeters. Then we have QR. QR, which is 6 centimeters, that is equal to what? LN, 6 centimeters. So all of these are what? All of these are given. Na? So based upon that we can clearly say PQR triangle is congruent to LMN triangle. What's the condition? Side. So now we will write down what are the corresponding elements. So there should be what? 3 angles, no? PQ. What's the opposite side? If we take the side PQ, what's the opposite angle? Not side. If we take the PQ side, opposite angle is R. So angle R, that is equal to what? We know PQ, that is equal to what? MN. So what's the opposite angle to that? MN. Angle L. Right. In the same manner, let's take the side PR. What's the opposite angle to PR? That is Q. Right? PR. So PR is 5 centimeters. So PR and LM are equal in length. So what is the opposite angle to that? Angle N. Right? Now we will take QR. What's the opposite angle to that? Angle P. if we take QR, we know that is equal to LN. Okay, so what's the opposite angle to LN? Angle M. So these are the corresponding elements. Now we will take the triangle XYZ. XYZ triangle and DEF triangle. DEF triangle. If we take the side XY, that is equal to what? XY and DF equal what? 6 centimeters. Then we have YZ is equal to DE. What is the length? 8 centimeters. Then we have XZ. XZ, that is equal to what? EF, which is 10 centimeters. So all of these are what? Given. දැන් මේක මේ මට ලේසියට ලිව්වේ ඔයාලා හැම වෙලාවෙම මේ හැම එකක් ඉස්සරහම within brackets දාන්න ඕනේ given කියලා. Right. So based upon these three things we can say what? I will erase the board because there's not much space down here. So I can say XYZ triangle is congruent to DEF triangle. What's the condition? Side, side, side. So we will write down what are the corresponding elements. If we take what? The side XY, right? What is the opposite angle to that? Angle Z. Okay? So XY, that is equal to what? FD. What's the opposite angle to that? Angle E. Right. Now we will take XZ. So what's the opposite angle to XZ? Sorry. Now we will take XZ. What is the opposite angle to XZ? Y. So we know XZ, that is equal to what? EF. And what is the opposite angle to EF? That is angle D. Now we will take the side YZ. What is the opposite angle to that? Angle X. So we know YZ, that is equal to ED. And what's the opposite angle to ED? F. So these are the corresponding elements. Right. So question number 3. To bisect the angle ABC, a student selects the point D as a center and draws the arc PQ. The arc intersects AB and BC at the points PQ respectively. Two equal arcs drawn from the points P and Q intersects R. Right? Prove that PBR angle is equal to QBR angle. හරි මෙන්න මේ දෙක සමානයි angles එක සමානයි කියලා කියන්න ඕන. PBR මෙන්න මේ angle එක QBR හරි මොකක්ද ගන්න තියෙන්නේ? right අපි මෙන්න මේ triangles දෙක ගන්න හිතමු. මෙන්න මෙහෙම තියෙනවා. ඔයාලගේ diagram එකේ ඒක ලස්සනට තියෙනවා. right. So what are the two triangles? PBR triangle and PBR triangle and BQR triangle. BQR triangle. Okay. So we can say BP is equal to what? BQ. Why? Same radius. Ne? Radius එකනේ. ඊට පස්සේ මොකද තියෙන්නේ? මෙයා මේ මෙන්න මේ ආක්ස් එක අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? මෙන්න මේ දිග සමානයි. right? question එකේ කියලා තියෙනවනේ. So we can say PR is equal to QR. Same radius. Then BR is equal to BR. BR is equal to BR. Right? BR is equal to BR. So that's the common side. Yeah, common side. Right. So therefore we can say what? PBR triangle is congruent to BQR triangle. What's the condition? Side, side, side. දැන් මේක නෙමෙයිනේ ළමයි ප්‍රශ්නේ. අපෙන් අහන්නේ මොකද්ද? මෙන්න මෙයාවනේ. right? අපි බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. එහෙනම් අපි so we proved that these two triangles are congruent. Now we will write the corresponding elements. Right? Corresponding elements. If we take what? BP, right? If we take BP, මෙන්න මේ angle එක. That's the opposite angle to BP. So what is that? P R B. P R B. Right? That's the opposite angle. Right. So we know BP that is equal to BQ. So here, what's the opposite angle to BP? That is this angle, which is BRQ angle. BRQ angle. And let's take this side and consider the BPR triangle, right? BR. So what's the opposite angle when we consider the BR side in regards to PBR triangle? මේ පාදේ ගත්තාම එයාට opposite angle එක වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? මෙන්න මේ angle එක. Angle P. So angle P A BPR triangle එකන්නේ. එතකොට මේ triangle එක ගැන හිතුවොත් BQD triangle BQR triangle එක ගැන හිතුවොත් what's the opposite angle? Q. Right. ඊළඟට මෙන්න මේ side එක ගමු PR. What's the opposite angle to PR? That is PBR. PBR. We know PR and PR and QR are equal in length. එතකොට මෙයාගේ opposite angle එක වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද මෙයා? කොහොමද ඒක ලියන්නේ? QBR. So these are the corresponding angles. අන්න බලන්න අපිට ඔප්පු කරන්න ඕන එක තියෙනවා මේ. ඔප්පු කරන්න ඕන එක මේ. මේක ලියලා ඔයාලා ලියන්න ඕන. Therefore PBR angle is equal to QBR angle. Why? Corresponding elements. The opposite sides of the quadrilateral PQRS are equal in length. Prove that triangle PSR is congruent to triangle PQR. So part 1, what do we have to do? PSR triangle is congruent to PQR triangle. Right. PSR triangle and PQR triangle. So we can say SR is equal to PQ. So that is given. SP that is equal to QR. That is also given. Then PR is equal to PR. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් මොකද්ද? Sorry, PR is equal to PR. Otherwise we can say just PR within brackets common side. So based upon these three things we can say what? PSR triangle is congruent to PQR triangle. What's the condition? Side. Or part 2, PSR angle that is equal to PQR angle. Right. So this is PSR angle, this is PQR angle, right? In the first part we proved that what? PSR triangle is congruent to PQR triangle, right? So we will write down the corresponding elements. So PSR triangle and PQR triangle. Okay. So we will write down the corresponding elements. Right, so the corresponding elements are what? 3 angles, no? Right. So if we take what? SR side. What's the opposite angle to SR? This. Okay, so we will write it as SPR angle. So what is the, we know SR that is equal to PQ. So what is the opposite angle to PQ? We know that is PRQ. Now we will take SP side, right? SP. So we know that SP, what's the opposite angle? This. Similarly, let's take this side. What's the opposite angle? This. So PS, opposite angle is what? RQ or Taradi, right? It should be what? SRP. SRP angle is equal to what? This angle. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ කවුද? QR ට opposite එක කරනවා. QR බලන් ඉන්නේ මෙයා දිහා. So what is this? QPR angle. QPR angle. We will take the side PR and we will consider what? PSR triangle. So what's the opposite angle to PR? We know that is angle S. Right? In the same manner, if we consider PQR triangle, what's the opposite angle? Q. Right? So these are the corresponding elements. Right? Therefore, PSR angle is equal to PQR angle. What's the reason? Corresponding elements. The third part, the opposite sides of the quadrilateral are parallel. Yes. Why? අපි ගමු මෙන්න මේ angle එක. SPR. SPR that is equal to what? SPR කාටද සමාන වෙන්නේ? PR cubed. What's the reason? Within brackets you have to write corresponding elements. Right. එතකොට බලන්න මොකද්ද මේකේ shape එක? මේ shape එක මොකද්ද? Z. So we know these angles are what? Alternate angles, no? Right? Alternate angles, but they are equal in magnitude. එහෙනම් මොකක්ද අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්? We can say PS is what? Parallel to QR. ඒක විතරක් මදි. අනිත් එක ගන්නත් ඕන. Right? Why? In the question it says the opposite sides of the quadrilateral are parallel. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ දෙන්න හරි දැන් මේ දෙන්න. බලන්න SRP angle is equal to what? QPR angle. Why? Within brackets you have to write corresponding elements. ඒකත් මේ වගේම තමයි. බලන්න what's the shape? Z. So we know those are what? Consider the shape. Those are alternate angles, no? Right? Alternate angles are what? Equal. Alternate angles එක තියෙනවා equal වෙලා. එතන මොකද අපි කියන්න පුළුවන්? SR and PQ. SR is parallel to PQ. Right. Question number 5, exercise 5.3. Prove that the straight line joining one vertex of an equilateral triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side is perpendicular to that side. So, මොකක්ද ඒ කියන්නේ? බලමු. හරි අපි මෙයාව ගමු vertex means what? ශීර්ෂයක්නේ, right? So the straight line joining one vertex of an equilateral triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. So first of all, this is an equilateral triangle. That means what? All sides are equal in length. Hari එහෙනම් prove that a straight line joining one vertex of an equilateral triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. හරි. මෙන්න මේ වගේ මැදට. හරි එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේක සමානව දෙකට බෙදෙනවා. Midpoint නේ is perpendicular to that side. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? So how do we do this? Right. මම මෙතන දාගන්නම් T කියලා. So we will consider these two triangles. PQT triangle and PTR triangle. Right. So we will write PQ that is equal to what? PR. Then QT that is equal to TR. So this is given. Right? එතකොට මේක construction එක අනුව තමයි ඒක වෙන්නේ. නිර්මාණය අනුව තමයි ඒක වෙන්නේ. හරි? මෙතන ඉඳන් අතින් නිර්මාණය තමයි ඒක වෙන්නේ. Why? We are drawing this PT line, right? To the midpoint of this QR side. හරි? ඊට පස්සේ මොකද අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්? PT that is equal to PT. Common side. Right? එතකොට මොකද අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්? PQT triangle is congruent to PTR triangle. Okay. What's the condition? Side. දැන් ඕක නෙමෙයි අපිට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ නේද? මොකද්ද අපිට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ? මෙන්න මේ angles දෙක අංශක 90ක් කියලානේ කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. හරි. දැන් මෙතනින් පස්සේ අපි ලියමු PQT triangle එකේ PTR triangle එකේ මොනවද? We have to write the corresponding elements. Right. Let's take the PQ side. Right? හරි අපි මෙයාගෙම පටන් ගමුකෝ. හරි මම මේක කලර් කරන්න නැතුව ඉන්නම් කලින් questions වල වගේ. right PT side, if we take PT side and consider PQT, what's the opposite angle? Q. Angle Q. In the same manner, we will take the PT side and consider the PTR triangle. What's the opposite angle? R. Then we have PQ. What's the opposite angle? This angle. So that is what? Minimum angle, okay? PQ, opposite angle is PTQ. PTQ. Now we will take PR side. What's the opposite angle? PTR. PTR. Hari ina මෙයාව ගමු. If we take the QT side, the opposite angle is what? QPT. QPT. And if we take TR side, what's the opposite angle? This TPR. TPR. So these are the corresponding elements. So from that, we know PTQ that is equal to what? PTR. දැන් මෙන්න තමයි අපිට අවශ්‍ය දේ. හරි. දැන් මේ දෙන්න සමානයි කියන්න දන්නවා. තව දෙයක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම, right? මෙන්න මේක. What is this? QTR. So that's a straight line. So we know angles, the sum of angles of a straight line on one side is what? 180. එහෙනම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් PTQ angle plus PTR angle that is equal to what? 180 degrees. අපි තව දෙයක් දන්නවා. What? These two angles are equal in magnitude. ඒක ගත්තේ කොහෙන්ද? corresponding elements වලින්. ඒක කොහොමද ආවේ? අයි මේ දෙන්න convert කරානේ. හරි? එහෙනම් අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් if we take PTQ angle as B, පිටික විශාල නිකායක් ගමු. එයා B කියලා හිතුවොත් මෙයාත් B. So B plus B that is equal to what? 180. So B plus B that is what? 2B equals 180. So we will divide this side by 2, do the same thing to the other side. So we get what? 90 degrees. ඔන්න අපිට අවශ්‍ය දේ.